I think reading food labels is something we've all done in the past, but maybe we don't totally understand it. So that's what we're gonna look at today. I'm gonna use a box of cereal as my example, and the three main things we're gonna look at are serving size, percentage of daily value, and also the ingredients list. Now, next I wanna get into the layout of the food label. And this is the nutrition label on the cereal box. We're gonna start at the top with the serving size. This is in a large, bold font, and many serving sizes have been updated to match more closely what people are actually consuming. And this part just tells us how many total servings are in the entire package, and then how big the serving size is. So for this cereal, it's a 1 cup serving size, and there's actually 7 servings in the box. Now, the rest of the information on the label is based on 1 serving or single serving. The next thing we're gonna look at is calories, and this value is also listed in large, bolder font. And this number tells you how many calories are, again, in a single serving. So for here, we have 140 calories. And then a lot of times what you'll also see is a percentage of daily value. Now these percentages tell you what 1 serving of the food is providing your body in each category. So this percentage is out of 100, and it's based on a 2,000 calorie diet. Now you might be thinking, Autumn, I'm not in a bracket that is 2,000 calories. I'm lower or I'm higher than that caloric value. So just keep in mind these percentage of daily values would be either higher or lower for you, but they do give you a quick glance at the breakdown of the nutrition composition. And they're just a good reference point to help guide you in your decision making. Now, things we want to limit: saturated fat, cholesterol, sodium, and added sugar. And we want to keep these as low as we can every single day. So keeping saturated fat and added sugars each at or below 10% of total daily calorie intake is what is recommended. I do want to mention trans fat again. We know that overall fat is not the demon we once thought it was. It is the type of fat that matters. So trans fat is one we want to pretty much avoid entirely. We have no use for it in our bodies, and it can actually quickly become harmful to our health. The nutrition facts label may say 0 grams of trans fat, but manufacturers are not required to list it if it's present as less than 0.5 grams per serving. So you have to be smart and you have to check the ingredients list. We're gonna get to that. You wanna look for things on the ingredients list that say partially hydrogenated oil or hydrogenated oil. If you see these words, you know the food contains trans fat and you're just gonna wanna pass it up. Okay, so what do we want to be sure we're getting enough of? We wanna get a good amount of fiber, vitamin D, calcium, iron especially for women of childbearing age and during pregnancy and lactation, and also potassium. Now, these nutrients are the obvious ones: vitamins, minerals, and fiber. Okay, I mentioned the ingredients list, and that's just the last thing I want to go over. So it's down here at the bottom, or sometimes on the side. Now, ingredients are listed in order of how much that ingredient is in the food by weight. So whatever is listed first is what is most in the food, and whatever is listed last is what is found in the smallest amount in the food. So if we look at the ingredients list on our cereal, first is whole grain wheat, second is cane sugar, rice flour, sunflower oil, oat fiber, maltodextrin, cinnamon, sea salt, dextrose, and then vitamin E. So let's talk about that maltodextrin and dextrose. These are just different names for sugar. We want to be careful of added sugars in our food. They can be really sneaky. There's just so many different names. You want to be aware of them. If you see any of these in the ingredients list, especially if they are high on the list, you know the food is high in added sugars, and we want to avoid that as much as we can. All right, you guys, that is the lowdown on how to read a food label. Bottom line, check the servings, use the percentage of daily value as a guide, and then read the ingredients list.